following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2. And welcome back to Meteorological May. On this Monday afternoon, we have another round one matchup coming your way. We're coming down the stretch of round one, and just our second of a doubleheader today. Had one on the non-stream earlier, and today in the Altimeter region is the penultimate match of the region. We got one more coming up tomorrow, which will also be on stream between Bird and Night Archer, but right now it is the 4-13 game between Captain Gaming and MarbleCyde. Should be one Cap having a good run the last tournament, looking to try and build on that. And of course, MarbleCyde being another one of our new faces in Division 2 here in Tournament 3. Obviously we saw Ryder beat Ninja Jacks last week at the top of the round in our first stream game of the round, and looks to follow in his footsteps here today. We take a look at the schedule, and just 2 games today earlier on in the drought region, which surprisingly the only one not to go 7 games in the drought region. It was the finale of the region for the round, and it was Taco picking up where he left off after falling to Shadowhunter last time in T2, winning 4-1 in that drought region. Now we have a second straight 4-13 game between Captain and Marble. We look at the bracket here, and J Money and Bob Ross are set for that 1 versus 8 matchup, and the winner here will get Emmy, who, God, what a long series between her and Lemon on leave on Thursday night, and ended up winning 4-3 despite Lemon's lack of confidence in himself, let's say. And so Lemon putting on a good showing, but 0-2 at this point, looking to try and make some magic happen come T4 in final regular season Division 2. We take it to the table. Joining me in the booth today is Leah. And Leah, you know, we talked about it in VC before we came on, but you were really excited for this matchup out of the gate when the bracket was revealed. Talk to me about what intrigues you about this game. And we talk about Cap, who's had some success, and you look over at Marble, who is new to the league this tournament, looking to try and pull a shocker. You were once in that position last year against a then world champ in Pez. So talk to me about this game and the keys for both today.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. I'll tell you, there's a few things that make this match such an interesting one for me. You know, Captain Gaming's a bit of a rising star here in D2. MarbleCyde, obviously a rookie coming in, but with quite a bit of experience in Myths tourney. And let me tell you, I've played Marble over there in Myths. I know him well. He understands the game of Uno a lot better than some would give him credit for, even if he hasn't played much on this bot yet. Plus, we've already seen some rookies do surprisingly well for themselves here in this tourney, like Ryder and Mazawat, for example. I think this is going to be a very interesting match, maybe a close one. Whatever happens, it's going to be fun. And I just got word from Tapir that he would like to pop in around 3:45. So if that's cool with you,
Oh
Short,
yeah,
it
for
would be
sure.
nice to just get him in here a bit later.
Oh yeah, he is always welcome. Of course, this was supposed to be the game we talked. I kind of previewed it. That he was supposed to be here from the start, but a little later than expected. So hopefully we'll have some fun times with him as well when he comes by. But we'll cook for right now. I'll start with Captain. I don't really Captain. I don't really want to talk about like how the accident with like the scheduling and not even being this one, but just talk to me about playing a rookie in Marble. Trying to go out and make a name for themselves here in their first appearance. We saw Ryder do that earlier in the tournament. Just talk to me about how how you stave off that that rookie fire and get win number 4, true win number 4. Okay. While typing, I'll go over to Marble as well. Marble, thoughts on your first MRE UNO match coming up today? You had that experience in Miss League, as we mentioned, and you're looking to try and topple someone who's had some success. Thoughts on playing on that kind of mindset? You know, kind of being an unknown to your opponent here today. He has the advantage of me not how he plays, but he has the disadvantage of less experience. Try to figure out how he plays. Yeah, pretty simple. And Leo, we know we talk about how early games can be kind of a feel out process, and you think maybe for both it might be a little bit of a feeler process for Cap learning the player, and then Marble kind of learning learning the bot in a little sense. He's been tested, but not really playing in a true tournament game, and and now playing in this like competition with a little bit different rules from what you've seen in the Myth League.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things you need to feel out. I know myself, when I was first entering MRE last year, I had a lot of learning to do. Um, but I believe both players can figure it out.
Right, yeah. Marble's quite excited to start their first match. Fairly nervous because it's the first game. Never seen Captain Gaming play before. Ultimately, a good time. How it goes. Yeah, looking forward to it. We're gonna bring it to the table. Red is gonna be our ref for this one. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna still and yeah, Captain called 15 prior to the start of the stream, so that's what we will go with. It is Captain and Marble coming up. We're going to send it to start us off. Here we go with a 15, and we're underway in game 1. 7 on the board to start.
Yeah, I will say quickly, it's very interesting seeing some of the more minor differences in the play styles between D1 and D2
Yeah.
players. You rarely ever see full send game 1 up in D1. I imagine part of that's because of the CSR rules,
Yes.
um, but quite a few
Yeah.
players like to try the very high full send start
Yeah.
down here, and
Exactly.
it leads to some very interesting first games, to say the least.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Captain went for the early green switch, and we had some multiples of 3 going out there, and now he breaks that chain up with a 4, the ditto from Marble. Just running it clean, and this might be a sign that we're going to kind of see some control, at least in terms of ammo. And we typically talk about a D1 game. You probably don't see any big warning shots until you get down to about this point, about 9 or 10. But sometimes in D2 they'll go for the throat, and that's really the difference. But these guys seem to be kind of playing a little more cool
Oh,
and collected. But that's a big shot there. Not
there
no
it is.
ammo played,
Marble
but
with
the
the
wild.
regular wild. Yeah, for a while, both players were just running it clean. Very straightforward Uno. Oh man, and there's some more ammo thrown from Captain Gaming with the +6 Peter into a blue 1. Marble has the switch right back.
I'll switch right back, and then Captain with the undercut going back to blue, forcing the issue.
What an insane
Another
triple
wild. My
undercut. My
goodness.
goodness, these two are going at it.
And Marble finally
And
slowing down Cap, having
yeah,
that little wild in the back pocket. We'll see how well that works for them. And
yeah, I
but
believe that
Cap
was the
top
first.
decks one.
I believe that was the
Goodness.
first self draw of the game, and I
Yeah.
wonder if that red wild was a top deck or if he just decided to pull it out.
Yeah. Might be playing a little conservative. We'll see. And double and on that. There you go. Double play there. That's the first power card played on the red reverse.
No, we saw a couple plus
Oh,
twos
oh
earlier.
plus twos. I missed that. I was talking about something else.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
And
Oh
there's
yeah.
another
There's the
one.
first.
Plus
There we
two into
go.
the skip. Marble with the triple, trying to slowly regain that possession lead.
Yeah. So they've each traded a triple, but Cap has the card advantage with the plus two, still ahead by 4, but Marble's trying to close in. And they're both running clean. How far could Cap go on this red is the question, or does he need another switch as he did as that
My
one?
goodness, there have been so many ones played in this game. I think that's 6 of the 8 ones in the deck already. It's at least
I think
5 of
so,
them.
yeah. Let me see. Uh 1 1. Yeah, that's 4 5 ones now.
Abrupt
Yeah.
4 from Marble back into the yellow, and that will finally give him the possession he's been looking for.
Yeah,
Up
a
2
couple of them.
cards now.
Oh, but Cap
Uh,
has a 5
Cap
in the red.
Lots of number of fish coming out to play in this series. It's very interesting.
I wonder if he's really able to run it down on the red cuz he has a lot of red in the tank here.
That's for sure. And we see Cap down to 5 cards here. Um, oh, he draws. So clearly he was not able to run all the way to the end on the red, leading us into a little bit of a draw city.
Mm.
Curious to see how long this one goes.
Yeah, and they're drawing a little bit. Marble gets out of it with the yellow, and it's even. Cap will take the possession arrow, so he's got that home table advantage back.
Little ditto on the yellow 9.
Yep, one down
Take
from
it one
Marble,
down.
one down this time, and now down a few more to a 5. Double play from Marble takes that possession arrow right back.
Mm-hmm.
That could be pivotal if it's coming close like this, but Captain is out.
Gotta see, can Marble
And now we're
continue
going green.
running? Wow. It looks like the momentum in this game really does switch back and forth quite quickly. We saw Cap running it not too long ago at all. Now it seems like Marble's kind of in control.
Ooh, now another
And
plus,
as
but
soon
it
as I say,
open +6. Open.
but leaving it
I
open,
think
what a dangerous
it's
move.
not a bit. It's not a bad defensive play at that point. I think Marble was running to the end in green, but he's got some red in the pocket now with that 6. With those
Yeah,
fresh 6. Excuse me.
back into a little bit of a draw city on the red. While we're here, I will mention
Yeah,
it's quite interesting seeing the plays in this game. Uh, for one, they're more restrained. We see the ammo's come out, but a lot of it's been saved,
yeah.
I presume.
They're definitely
And
controlling well.
in addition to that, there's been a lot of switches on the colors. Like everything, all 4 colors were played pretty quickly. We see some of these series have a bit of a problem with bicolor, tricolor games. I believe that was situation on My Hill Gibbs came up a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but it's interesting seeing how much each color has been played so far already.
There's a double for Marble. Might have been not wanting to leave the reverse open potentially.
Yeah, smart choice there. Quite possibly might have drawn the reverse
Oh,
earlier and
going to
waited until
green
he
now.
closed it off.
Back into green. Marble's ahead
Very
by a couple.
smart
That
switch.
double play gets him a little bit of a lead, but Cap's got some.
We've been playing for quite a while. Wondering if maybe Red could get us a quick log check.
Yeah. By my clock, we're about 6:45.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, not
Thanks for that,
not
Red.
perfect, but I got it pretty close. It looks like.
Ran
Cross to
green for a
blue.
while, now switching over into the blue. Marble has it.
Couple down on the blue 7, so we're both able to run it. It's just, I think it may.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, he had that ready.
Yeah, quad play from Cap, down to 3 cards.
And
Takes
now
that
the
possession back, but
Marble
still
cool
not
collected
at
with
that
the 0
check
sugar,
level.
and I think you just have 1-0 left, and half off
Marble
special off the 4
staying
to the
calm,
2.
keeping his composure. Gotta hope this, yep, no,
Oh,
nothing crazy, no +4
I think
finish,
Cap
no
might have been
reverse skip
looking for an
meta.
undercut switch off that.
Yep, Cap is indeed iced on the yellow now, gives Marble a chance to retake that
Oh, that's
possession.
it. That's it.
Wow,
+4
just
in the
out of
back
nowhere
pocket.
won that game.
The control was very good from both.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the 10 in a moment. I'm just gonna get a quick one here for Marble. Thoughts on that first game? Being able to control that ammo, definitely played cool and collected. I know you haven't seen a lot of D2 action, but we're not used to seeing that as much in this division. We see it a lot. That's like that is D1 level skill, be able to control that ammo. Just thoughts on playing that game and thoughts on getting your first game win on the road as well. It's a crazy one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Cap, I think
definitely
at
get
the
the
end
heart
there.
racing thing.
Yeah.
That tends to happen to me a lot when I'm playing Uno, and that's part of the reason I prefer the stream environment because the bit of the space between games to answer questions and stuff lets me collect myself.
Yeah. Captain, one quickly. I'm guessing you may have been looking for Marble to make a quick switch off that quadruple play with how quickly you ran out on the yellow there. Was that kind of the hope there at the end there that you for Marble to find a number switch over to keep you moving? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, game 1 goes to Marble. Very good ammo control from both. This is looking to shape up to be a good series. We'll see how it continues on. Brad, you can start it on game 2. We're doing a 10 pack this time. Underway with a green 1 to start off.
Yep. I have to say I'm quite happy with how both players played the first game. I'm hoping we keep it up with the back and forth action.
Yep.
It's funny because that game 1 started off really slowly with very little ammo played, and it ramped up very intensely near the end.
Yeah. And Cap, meanwhile, crossing to red after they went clean a couple in green, and now this one might move a little bit quicker, but it ultimately depends on how much the ammo plays a part. And again, yeah, double and there as well.
Yep, double in.
Yep, double play there from Cap, closes on the 0 sugar off the reverse. And Marble has one of their own, so keeping it even. Eye for an eye right there. 5 even. Cap still with the possession arrow, trying to keep it moving. Marble, though, is out after the double play. And at least he kept
finally
it close.
Showing a bit of that weakness. Looks like he's out of red. Wonder. Nope, Cap also ice.
Oh, wow. Both in need of a switch. Marble top decks an 8 off that first draw. Does that set something up for either? No, it will not. So back
Not
to the
right
deck.
now. I'll say, if I were these players, I'd be starting to load the color red right about now, because we had not 1 but 2 draw cities on red in the first game, and now back to that again here.
Yep. Yeah, oh, red's not hiding it. God, I hate red. There you go. Yeah, we don't hate King of Red. He cool.
I just saw
So
that
Marble finds a yellow 8, crosses over, 1 down to the 7.
Looks like
couple of the
both players can
9.
run right now.
And now running clean again. No, I'm and MarbleCyde ahead by 3 by 4 now actually, 9-5 on the table. Cap trying to keep pace, trying to pull this one over and trying to even it up at 1, going as the
He's
arrow will switch
he's
in game
been
3.
typing, wondering if he's loading up a triple
Oh
or
my
quad. There
goodness!
it is.
What
Yeah.
in the heck?
Massive play. Now we've got Cap with the no send number of cards and Marble with the full send number of cards. 10 differential between them, but remember, Marble does in fact get a solid 10 freshies from that, which I'm sure there's got to be some ammo somewhere in there. And Short, as tense as this probably is, as tense as this game probably is for both players, I think it's some good experience for Marble, kind of learning to play from behind with a significant card disadvantage, because that's a position you're going to find yourself in a lot.
All right, here I just had to answer our question here. Anyway, in the yellow now. Marble apparently colorblind, but still running it. Behind by 5 after that big play from Captain. Interesting to pull 2+4s like that.
Yeah, it's not. That's one of those things you will rarely ever see, like a double +4 play from most of the players in D1.
And Marble
But it
probably getting a lot of that ammo that he just played there from that going into green on
yep,
quad.
yep.
That
it can be an interesting strategy throwing
yeah.
ammo at the wall as a D2 player. I
Yeah.
feel like there is some utility to it in certain circumstances, and we'll just have to wait and see whether this works out for Cap in this game. As of right now, it looks like he's iced on red. Marble temporarily running.
Definitely. He's temporarily running on uncontested. And he's ahead by 2, looking to try and close it out, maybe get a 2-0 lead. Down to 3. He might have it.
Very well be the case.
This is the point he
looks
won
like he
last
might be
game.
loading something up.
This is the point where he won last game. This might be it. Yes,
oh,
it
my
is.
Goodness. There
Saves
it is again. Just amazing ammo control from Marble already. Really showing what he's made of here.
Captain, I gotta ask, what was the thought process behind that big play you made with the double +4s? Like, it was probably a little. I could sense it's a little bit defensive, but why go with the 2+4s on top of the +2 in that situation? Just take me through that real quick. In Marble, I mean, I think that partly probably gave you some of the ammo you needed to wipe out the deficit you had from those double +4s.
Hey, Cap, in everyone's defense, Marble's a rookie around here. I don't
He's
think anybody
deflecting.
really could have foreseen this.
He's not a rookie to the game.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Bro's deflecting. Leah, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I think that's all I'm gonna get. Yeah. All right. Well, Marble, you go up 2-0, and you cannot pick 10 for this game 3. What'll it be? Anywhere 5 to 15. Otherwise, no Marble.
Oh, not your
Marble.
call this time, Cap.
Yeah, Marble. 8. Yeah, I said that. It's fine. Here we go. Green reverse to start.
Crazy 8s. Marble potentially returning to some more familiar territory if he's used to Myths League with the 7 carders.
Yep. Oh no.
And a bit of a tabletop. What is this again?
Uh-oh. What could that mean? It could be absolutely terrible or absolutely stacked. Oh, good.
And I'm guessing it's absolutely stacked, as we have already a quad play looking for a Quinn into a wild. My goodness.
If Oh,
A
well,
power play
well,
from Captain that I assume has to be defensive just to stop the potential
yeah,
of Marble to go
that's
up
wild.
3-0.
That is crazy.
Hey,
Uh,
careful with the language there, Cap.
well, apologies for the language. It's fine. Heat of the moment, I get it. That's just how it can turn out sometimes.
No, I've been there.
100% have been there.
Goodness, I remember that
Yeah,
that
it's fine.
ridiculous
Don't worry about
rematch
it.
I had against Yepes back in
Yeah,
March.
yeah. And now you
Okay,
can,
little
yeah,
double play already. Power
yeah.
play still
And it goes
active.
back to captain
Captain
after that.
play again.
And
Switch
oh, he
over to the
sets up number of
green.
fish, so not a bad play. It's just yeah,
Yeah,
and that ices out
and
Marble.
Marble
That
is
so good
indeed
power
ice.
play.
That's I gotta say, as far as defensive power plays go, I mean, technically not defensive, but in practice, what else
Yeah,
could that have been?
the outcome of it absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that was a very solid one, honestly.
Yeah.
Switch over to the yellow, which I don't believe we've seen at all this game. That opens up Cap as he does a double play. Oh, Marble back to red. That's what he wanted earlier. Now he's down to 4 cards. Maybe getting close to that finish he may or may not have had at the start back there. Cap with the switch over to blue, potentially hoping to leave Marble stuck, but Marble over to the yellow. My goodness. This is just an unreadable game.
No
And
call
there he
out
is,
there. He's
successful
got
with
the
the
zero
call.
sugar, signs the
Successful
check.
with the Uno call. Goes to check on the yellow, 0.
Oh my
Cap with
goodness.
the number of fish
Wow.
switch. That's got
Wow,
to get
that's
into Marble.
great.
Yeah, that is an amazing hold.
Never know when you
Looks like
might
we
need
got
a
a
zero to bail you
classic,
out, right?
classic double ISO play here. KT would be proud. Marble top deck's a little 4. Gotta wonder, is that just an isolated 4, or could that Cap down to the 2, wondering if Marble may or may not have had a switch there, but either way, we don't get to see it now. The captain will have the switch onto the blue 2. Marble with a +4. +2, my apologies. Marble's back down to 2. 6-card differential here. And yeah, if I were Cap, I would have no idea what the right play is here because Marble just has a way of not really showing off what's truly lurking in his hand. Seems like he's iced on the blue for now,
Yeah,
though, so this does give Cap the potential to run.
absolutely. Marble's still ahead by a couple. Cap right behind him. And Marble's out.
Yep, there we go. Ties up the game. Cap looking good here. Dittos himself and looking to hold on to the possession lead, which he will.
Yeah, and that power play might be looming large because that was seeming to be a pretty clean cut plan A kind of game, Leah. And now Cap has a chance at it, trying to get back in this series as they're both going to
Yeah,
draw City.
and this is one area where I definitely have to respect the different styles of D2 players. You'll see a lot of people in D1 who stand behind that power play lock.
Yep,
Got to keep that until the last game, or at the
the game
very
where you
least,
can
only
win the
defensively
series
when
when
you're
you're up
about to lose.
when you're in a clinching scenario.
But sometimes there's just opportunities where it's wiser to use a power play earlier in the
Yeah,
series.
there are lots
And
of ways to use it. Like there are lots
Yeah,
of
it's
ways.
so versatile. That's what makes it such a great mechanic and so central to what making MRE special.
Yep, exactly. As Cap breaks everyone out of jail, goes to red, double play now from Marble to try to give him the possession arrow back. From the basement to the top floor goes Cap. And crossing back to
Marble
green
the
is Marble.
switch.
Didn't like the green a lot early in my might be trying to send us back to Draw City potentially. Cap has
Could be double
nothing.
ISO. Could be something he saved up. Looks like he's typing.
Oh
Ooh,
my
massive
goodness.
+4 into the yellow. Marble back down to
Yeah.
3 cards, cap at 11. What does
Yeah.
he have to prevent this?
Yeah, that green was probably just a stray he was trying to get rid of, and that +4 kept him from going double ISO. Now
And see,
Cap's got
that's
to try and
clever in the
respond.
moment, but it does leave Cap potentially with the opportunity to take this back to green and stop a
Oh
finish.
no, my goodness!
Or we just
Go to
see
red,
this massive
the
run.
blue.
Sex people play.
Wow,
Uh, Flips the 9 to 5. We got a 5 to 9 now. Marble with 6 freshies.
got
Game's
the
been
double.
going on for 6.5 minutes.
Keeps it within 2 with a double play. Cap going to yellow.
I will say, sure, all of these games, none of them have been like massive, but all of them
No.
have lasted a decent amount of time. They
Yeah, they're
haven't been
taking
under 5
it's
minutes
yeah.
yet.
And I think with how the hand was for Marble at the top, if not for that power play, you'd think it would be like a quick, no questions, plan A game for Marble, but Cap has
No,
found a
absolutely.
way.
But this just goes to show Cap is not to be underestimated. He may be down 0 to 2 right now, but he still has plenty in the tank when it comes to plays to get himself back in the game.
Exactly. Crossing the green is Marble trying to make it. And oh, we got trip sevens. Go buy a lotto ticket, folks. We're going to blue.
Cha-ching. That is 75% of a rainbow.
Let's go
Oh my
gambling!
Oh my goodness.
god! Oh
Hello.
my god! The
That,
double +4
that's
finish.
that was
Is
3+4s
that?
in that game.
What is that? 3 +4s in that game, and 2 of them saved until the very, very end. I don't even know what to say.
Marble, would you care to show your starting hand by chance? Because considering that comment and how you came out the gates like that, I'm wondering how strong that hand was. If you can, I would love to see that. But otherwise, like persevering through that, because Captain, even with that power play, he had a huge power play to keep it going and push it to 7.5 minutes almost. Thoughts on being able to persevere through those trials that Captain put you through, switching out, ISOing you like that, and yeah, and thoughts on going up 3-0 despite that. My goodness, and Captain, I mean, it's definitely. I think I can sense the frustration, man. It's tough. Oh, that's not even. Yeah, so all the +4s came from later. So yeah, it's just tough to play, and I mean that power play I think was definitely a good call in the moment there, considering the comments made by Marble there. Um, yeah, I guess just thoughts on that power play choice and all that, because it's hard for me to ask much more about that because I can't. It's tough to contend with that many +4s, but Leah, all those +4s came off the draw. Like he didn't start with them.
Wow, I wasn't expecting Marble to, aside from all the ammo he played at the start, everything else was just numbers there.
Yeah. Yeah, and for Captain, you can't hang your head too low. Really, he's playing very well as well. They're definitely going up against some tough ammo. Um, so he's had some tough draws for sure, and he's had in terms of opponents, and also this ammo is quite, at least on the +4s, that's making a big difference. But they're quite even on the 2 +4s came from that somewhat questionable +10 from game 2. So see if he can try and
Yeah,
make some magic here, I guess.
I gotta say it's a bit unfortunate. I mean, we were hoping Tapir could pop in here, but if it keeps going like this might end in the sweep before he can show up.
Yeah.
Cap's in a very difficult position, not only being down 0 to 3, but also unfortunately having
Oh no.
flushed his power play while Marble holds
Yeah.
on to it.
Yeah.
At the same time, we've seen players recover from worse. It's not impossible that he can still turn this around.
Yeah. I I think Draw City definitely hasn't been kind to him so far, because those like all 3 +4s he used in that game for Marble were all um Oh no, Marble. It's hard to contend with that, no matter with what. Yeah, and nobody's
No,
saying you
Cap,
should
I
have. Nobody's
understand. I
saying that.
really do.
No.
I've been there. I've been there, Cap, as recently as current tournament and up in D1. I had a similar experience where I was just getting shot by so many massive drives at the very
Yeah.
end of the series, plus on the ammo. It's unfortunate,
Massive
but hey.
drives. Yeah, that like it's just how games are sometimes. You can't beat yourself up. And I mean, I don't think he is. I think he's seeing that he's gotten a tough draw, but I mean, what can you do about that?
Yeah, it's a frustrating experience. There's no way around that. And now Marble
Yeah.
has another
Crocheting
home
wild
game.
cards. So Marble, no 8 for game 4. How many will we go with on this one? We're gonna go 13, so high tier again. Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
Boo! Yeah. Yeah, and
it's
I don't think
interesting.
there's any disrespect. I mean, Cap is definitely upset. You can tell, Leah, but I don't think there's any disrespect to the player in Marble, or he's just fighting up a tough he's fighting up a steep hill, and it's
Yeah,
hard to
absolutely.
climb.
And there's nothing wrong. I don't think Cap's letting his emotions get away from him here. He's not being rude. He's not being a bad sport. It's just a really
Frustrating
unlucky
game.
draw, and
Yeah.
we've all been there before.
No, I'm not saying you dislike. I'm just saying there's no disrespect. It's just frustration. Uh, yeah. I wasn't implying there was any hate. I just saying like it's I'm trying to make it clear. It's not frustration, or it is frustration, not disrespect. As we go down 1 on the 7, and yeah,
Yeah, we love to see good sportsmanship here in the league. I think
yeah,
most people are pretty good about that.
yeah. Try our best to do that. As so again, for those believing in the power play lock, it's there for Marble, but we talked about it earlier. Like I'm a believer that you have to put yourself in a position to be successful with the power play. It's not an all
Absolutely.
be all end all guarantee. If you have a third win and you have a power play in hand, there's a lot that happens in the game that
Yeah,
like a power play is not your free ticket to victory, as we get trips 2 on the board.
to put this in some terminology Marble might be familiar with, it's like having a DRP in a TWOW round. It's a bit of a safety net. It's a solid advantage, but it's not a guarantee that you'll make it through.
Yeah. Yeah, so 3-0 for Marble. We are in red after he makes the switch on the 3. What did I hit hand? You ever sometimes hit hand when you're just watching these
Oh,
games? Like,
I
no,
do
I'm
that
not
all
playing.
the time. I think for me it's because I have such a habit of in my games
Yeah.
I check my hand after like every single
Oh,
turn.
Marble
Oh my
from
goodness.
6. That might
This
be. Well,
I hate to say it, this is probably the finish.
double play. Is this gonna wrap it up? Oh,
Yeah.
he's
Oh goodness.
yeah. Poor captain. I'm sorry, man.
It really is
Yeah.
a really
And well,
rough
as
draw
this
for
comes
Cap
through,
here.
I said this in scheduling. As there goes Marble with the win. Marble sweeps. I I gotta give it to Captain though. We unfortunately had some communication issues prior to the tournament, and gotta give him all the credit in the world for still finding time and being able to play Marble here today. I gotta give it to you, Cap. I mean, I don't know. There's much you can say after sweep. You've had a tough draw, and I just appreciate you for making the time. Um, and yeah, 2 draw cards in the last 2 games. Yeah, that's just sometimes how the game is, unfortunately. But
Yeah, all I can really say to Captain is like sorry you had to lose like that, man.
yeah,
It's always a tough
oh,
draw. But do remember the loss is temporary, the grind is forever.
yeah,
And although it's very understandable to be frustrated here, you always have an opportunity to bounce back. Justice July is right around the corner. And I do hope to see a comeback from Captain here, as much as I'm also excited to see Marble progress in his first tournament.
yeah, definitely, yeah. it's tough to see it end like that. You hate watching a sweep like that, but you know, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles and Marble moves on. Yeah. Yeah, he's smuggling in the +4s, man. That's crazy. I did No, you
Hey, it's
stole
like,
Tapir,
oh
you
my
stole
god,
Tapir's
oh my god.
batteries. You stole
I know
Tapir's
what happened.
batteries.
I know exactly what happened. Tapir lent Marble his generator so we could
Yeah.
see the massive drives even in his
Top deck
absence.
+4, my beloved. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, but there you go. It is gonna be now, yeah, Marble, you kind of played it. You did grind it out in each game, I think, playing like up to like 6 to 7, 8 minutes apart from that last one, and your next opponent's gonna be Emmy, who played a very long one in a 7-gamer last Thursday night. Thoughts on playing her? And again, you're just kind of basically on house money, being a rookie moving on here in this round. Yeah.
Sure, I think it cut out there
Oh,
for a
did I?
bit.
Yeah. Yeah, just thoughts. Yeah. See, oh, you play Emmy in Myths. Have you ever played her in Myths, or have you just seen her play? Haven't played her, yeah. Yeah. She went
We
7
better
with
hope.
Lemon. Oh boy.
We better hope the Emmy stream. We better hope the Emmy game isn't streamed, or we're gonna
Oh
be here
boy.
for 5 hours.
I got no idea how. I have no idea on that one. We'll have a stream pack soon. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much to say to Captain, unfortunately. It's just how the cookie crumbles some days. Unless he has any other comments, you make sure you leave a post-game quote if you'd like. Yeah, Gary the Garden Hose is out in force for this one, unfortunately, but you know, win's a win. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah. But congrats to Marble. Leah, final thoughts on this one. I mean, we were really excited about this one, but ultimately, you know, it's just sometimes how Uno is.
Yep. I guess it's just part of the inherent risk in playing an Uno tournament.
Yeah.
It's partially a luck-based game. Not to take away from the strategy element either, because what I will say is, while it doesn't make hosings and sweeps any less unfortunate, all the ammo in the world isn't going to help you if you don't know how to play the game. I will still give Marble props here because I think he did a great job holding on to the ammo he got, even if it is unfortunate for
That's
both to
not
have
even
it
that
be
bad.
such a massive hosing.
The 2178 on the yeah. At least you're not Pikachu against Noah. That metric was double for Pikachu's sweep over Noah. So you definitely played well, and I think, you know, I don't work the gameplay metrics, but I think it would be high for you for this one because you did pretty well, all things considered. The only thing I'd point to is the double +4 play, but at that point, looking back on it, like that's really all you had. So yeah, 2 to 7 on the +4s. So, but yeah, that'll do it. You see there, 5 versus 13, Emmy versus Marble. J Money Bob Ross is the other matchup in that top half. The last game in this region will be tested between Rune and Night Archer. That is coming up. It'll start tomorrow at an hour before we started today, so at 2:00 Eastern tomorrow, and then we'll have West Puzzle Dan to round us out. Me and Leah will be there for that 8-9 game of the Cyclone, and then the last one, a non-stream between Britannia. That'll be at 7 as well in the Cyclone region. And once again, I mentioned this on the podcast. Make sure you go watch Wildcard Podcast. It is a doozy. It is linked on our YouTube channel now. 3 hours long. It was a long one. And I mentioned I had a whole D2 segment that was shot prior to today's games, talked about all those, and deleted an SB. Still trying to work on that. Rana and Dia still trying to work on that. Evan and Breath, we're trying to hear from Breath about what happened with them when they were supposed to play on Sunday. We're hoping to get at least one of those games played. But yeah, so that is we have 2 streams left and 1 non-stream left for round 1 in D2. Round 2 in D1 starts tonight with a quadruple header. I'll be back with you at 10 for Yepez and Brad. The boss is going to take you through the next, starting at 5 o'clock, the next few hours of action, starting with Peter Onjak, James Ellison at 5. At 7, you have Clay and Varigold. And then about 8:30, might be a little later than that, depending on how long Clay and Gold play. Will be Myth and Goldie. And then non-stream at 9:30 will be the rematch, all-encompassing rematch between G and Sanford. Fortunately, non-stream just because of busy for G, as it's been well documented at this point. And then a third straight 1 seed, again, Yepez and Brad, coming up at 10 with me and Monkey. K2 will be with Edward Ziemba for 5 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we'll be with Sean Ard, and then Coach Rogers at 8:30 or 8:45, depending on how things go. And of course, again, I'll be with everyone joining us. For all of us here at MRE UNO, for my partner in the booth, Leah, for everyone who came out to watch in the VC and on YouTube, and for everyone on the commission team as well, for Red for reffing as well. I've been Not Short. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again for D2 tomorrow. And D1 is about to start a packed evening, so make sure you tune in. Coming up starting at 5 o'clock Eastern. But for now, take care and have a great rest of your afternoon. This has been a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2.